Raven.
And I'm Ahmaad.
And we're the Hoods. Welcome to Hood Tales, where we take you through the ups, downs, and merry-go-rounds of millennial marriage.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's good?
It's season 3.
What's going on with it?
Season 3 is bike.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm super excited.
So excited.
I'm very excited to have season 3 back.
Yes.
It's
good to see y'all.
It is good to see y'all. Okay.
God bless you.
Thank y'all so much, for supporting season 1 and season 2 and all of our content in between. It has been over a year.
Yes.
Has it been over a year?
Yeah.
Since season 2?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's been over a year. But we first launched this podcast in October of 2021.
Ooh.
And here we are, February. Well, yeah, it'll be February.
Yeah.
Yes, February.
It is February.
I was about to say it is February. Here we are, February 2023. And truly, thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for trusting little old us.
And receiving us.
Yeah,
Well, God bless you.
I love y'all.
We appreciate it.
So if you are new here, also thank you. Welcome to the fam. Welcome to the good side.
What it is.
We, of course, are the Hoods, and this is Hood Tales with Raven Ahmaad Hood. And we literally discuss everything marriage, life,
everything.
all the things, but mostly marriage, right? And how it pertains to it. How things in life pertain to that, of course. So today, we're going to be talking about apologies.
Apologies.
I hate apologizing. Mostly because I'm not wrong. Okay?
She gonna apologize now.
I'm not. I hate apologizing. So, apology languages, right? I know. You probably didn't even know there was an apology language. So, what does an apology look like to you, Ahmaad? Like, when you think of an apology, what comes to your brain?
What comes to my brain when I think about an apology? I would have to say an understanding of knowing that, hey, I was wrong, and I acknowledge my wrong, I accept my wrong, and I'm trying to move past my wrong.
I like that. I think for me, when I apologize to people, I'm hardly ever apologizing for what I said or did, because I meant it. I am mostly apologizing for the way it made you feel. Because if I'm apologizing, my intent was not to hurt you, but I said what I said and I meant it. So I'm really probably apologizing more so for my delivery than anything, because I'm not apologizing for what I said, and that has rubbed people wrong for a lot of times. I have friends that disagree. I have friends that disagree with that, but like I said what I said and I meant it, and I'm not apologizing for. I add more to it before I take it away. But in any relationship, there's gonna have to be a lot of apologizing, but especially in marriage, where you are the closest with someone physically. And so the likelihood of you offending them, of you hurting them, of you, and unintentionally, right? I'm not saying always assuming good intent, but the likelihood of it happening is very, very high. Very, very high. So, y'all know me. If you are new, you're going to find this out. I like to go to the text.
Come on, let's go to the text.
And so, Merriam-Webster, they say that the definition of an apology is a regretful acknowledgement of an offense or failure. Which is literally what you said.
Yeah.
Which makes sense considering your character as a person, that is what you view an apology to be. And so I found out very early in our marriage, actually, when Ahmaad was messing up a lot, that I have a certain apology language. And this led me to the king of communication, in my opinion, Gary Chapman. So if you don't know, Gary Chapman, of course, has the 5 love languages, but also on that website, he has an apology quiz.
Take it.
And it is going over the different apology languages. So before we go into our own personal results, I want to go over each apology language as Gary Chapman has it, and what they are and what they mean. So The first one is make restitution. It means wrong acts demand justice. The person who's apologizing should justify their actions. No matter how many times you say, I'm sorry, or I was wrong, your mate will never find the apology sincere. You must show strong efforts for making amends. A genuine apology will be accompanied by the assurance that you still love your mate and have the desire to right the wrongdoings. Number 2, accept responsibility. As simple as hearing the words, I am wrong. Being accountable for what you did that hurt your spouse, admitting your shortcomings creates vulnerability, which it does, truthfully. Number 3 is plan change, which means accepting responsibility and a desire to modify the behavior to avoid the situation in the future. Verbalization of what the plan change will be and how. Number 4, expressing regret. A simple I'm sorry. It gets right to the point. It leaves no room for excuses or to deflect. And number 5 is request forgiveness. Asking for forgiveness shows that you realize you've done something wrong and that you are willing to put the future of the relationship in the hands of the offended person. It can leave you vulnerable to rejection. All right. So, Ahmaad, do you want to give your own personal results first, or would you like me to go first?
You can go.
Okay. Okay, so for me, my number 1 apology language, with coming in at a whopping 36%, is make restitution, which is not surprising for me as a person, because I'm sorry just never cuts it for me. I tend to be a one-strike person and you're out. And I'm sorry just never cuts it. Like, I need you to know that you're wrong, admit what you're wrong for, and change the behavior immediately. And I do mean immediately. Okay? I don't know. It's just not I'm sorry, just don't ever cut it for me. And that's for anybody. It just does not ever cut it with me. My number 2 is accept responsibility, coming in at 28%, which makes sense because it, in my opinion, goes right along with make restitution, because in order to change your behavior and do it correctly, you have to therefore know that you are wrong and why. Number 3 is plan change. Makes sense. Number 4 is expressing regret. And number 5 is request forgiveness. Do any of those shock you as my husband?
No.
What were yours?
Number 1 at 32% is plan change. This is not at all surprising in my opinion. Number 2 is make restitution. That's not surprising either.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 is accept responsibility. Number 4 is request forgiveness. And number 5 is expressing regret.
So with these results, how do you feel like they come into play in our marriage?
Are you asking me for you with my results, or are you saying yours?
Either or.
For you,
they both come to play in our marriage.
Touche. For you, I would say I had to learn early on that I'm sorry wasn't enough. Where I come from, I'm sorry is seemingly good enough. You know, never having had to have somebody be like, hey, you know, like you hold you accountable for what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just I'm sorry and move it on. But getting with Raven, you know, she gonna hold you to the fire. This is what you did, even though you was there when you did it, and you know what you did. But I'm gonna tell you what you did.
Cause I need you to know that
one
I
or
know.
2 more times.
And I'm not over it, which is really where it comes into play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because once I get over it, I don't bring it up no more. Not in like a upset manner. You think I do? I don't think so.
Okay.
Like what? I'm being serious.
There has been plenty of times where you would bring up something And although you say you're over it, it's not, your energy isn't saying I'm over it. It's saying I still remember and I still feel some type of way, even though you may not feel that way. You get what I'm saying?
I hear that. I think that we talked about this in Bible study a couple weeks ago. What I think it really is in moments like that is, I don't think that I am actually triggered, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, I don't know, I don't want to say it's like a physical trauma response, because I don't know if that's the actual like correct term or like thing to call it, but like that's what it may feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like talking about it, you know how like we talk about stuff, you be like, I'm talking about it and I got my blood hot all over again. And that's exactly what it'd be like, but not necessarily like I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? But like it's still, depending on the conversation in which we're talking about something, it could still be like, nah, blood hot all over again. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah, but I don't know. But maybe that's just my own opinion.
Well, now, for me, when it comes to her, if I'm doing something that is wrong, I just change it. I mean, I will say that I'm sorry. And actually, now I don't even say I'm sorry. I say I apologize.
That is what you say. You say I apologize. That word "sorry" just really pisses me off.
Because I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Early on I felt like I'm sorry was me expressing regret. And yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is a way of you expressing regret.
Yeah, but when you've messed up over and over and over again, I'm sorry don't do nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
So who wants to hear it? You know, just say you apologize and do better.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Because when 3 weeks ago, when you went to go get gas.
Oh yeah.
Because I told Raven that I would start putting gas in her car every Sunday, and it had been 2 weeks in a row that I forgot. And so the second week, she went to go get gas herself. I called her because I was on my way to bowling, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm home early. I wanted to see you. I get on the phone, and she was like, I was like, babe, where you going? And she was like, oh, I'm going to get gas because you forgot. Nigga. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Because that's what happened.
And so I'm hot. When I hung up immediately. I don't even want to talk.
He hit me with the Peppa Pig.
Beep. I ain't got time for it.
And I said, how you mad at me because you forgot to do something that you said you wanted to do?
And in reality, I wasn't mad at her. And I never told her I was mad at all.
You didn't have to.
I just got off the phone.
Your body language said you was. What did you just say? I was hot.
I got off the phone. And so I was upset with myself because I made her feel like she couldn't depend on me following through with something that I said I was going to do. So immediately when I saw her, I said, hey, I need to apologize. Because I don't ever want you to feel like I'm not a man of my word for something that I say I'm going to do, let alone with the things that you task me to do. So, and now I have an alarm set for every Sunday. Every Sunday at 1 o'clock for me to go and get Raven gas. What is that? Change.
That it is, Mats.
So I'll never forget again.
That it is.
How about you? How do you see the apology languages in our marriage?
What was your number one again?
Mine was plan change.
Plan change, yeah. I think that I can't remember what it was because this was very early in our marriage. But I did something that bothered you, but it had been like you had let it go for like 3 weeks before you like finally confronted it. And so I don't know why I can't remember what it was, but I just vividly remember this happening. And so from that, I don't know if I said something. I don't know what it was, but either way, you told me that it bothered you. You don't remember this?
No.
You told me that it bothered you, and I was just like, okay, but you have to tell me earlier because I've probably done it multiple times since I first offended you, and you've said nothing. So
That's very on brand for me.
And so I was like, good to know, got it, noted it, won't do that again. And we haven't had the discussion since. I don't remember what, I think I might have said something to you.
I'm sure.
I'm sure I did too. And not even intentionally, you know, trying to offend you. But, and I can't remember what it was. And that's going to bother me. Watch it come back to me as soon as we stop recording. But I never did it again. And so with that, I think that for you, because you letting me know specifically, but people in general, that you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah.
That plan change for you means that much more.
It does.
Because I need you to do. I've told you what it is. Now I need you to do it from this point forward.
Also, me telling you what it is, that was probably hard as hell for me to do.
Oh yeah, especially then. That was pretty
yeah,
for
sure.
you.
So you doing what I asked, letting you know, like, hey, this has offended me, and then you change it. Great, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do that.
And I also realized that we've definitely used more than one, more often than not.
Totally, they've changed over the years.
I wouldn't even say that they've changed. I just think that certain situations require different apology languages.
For sure, totally.
You know what I'm saying? like, infidelity was not one of the mess ups, but something, I'm about to say something that's simple, but even something as big as infidelity, plan change, accepting accountability, making restitution,
yes, all
of that, if you are choosing to stay together post infidelity and work through it, that all of those are going to be requesting forgiveness. All of those are going to have to be needed and used and implemented in order to make your marriage or your relationship successful past that point.
Yeah.
Has your family of origin played a part in the type of apologies that you feel are true apologies?
Totally.
How?
I just did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I said the household I come from.
You sure did. I missed that.
What about you?
I
know this is good.
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
No, I was worried.
No, I want to know. No, I genuinely want to know what you're gonna say.
It definitely does.
How? Since you got your degree, you know everything.
Because knowing your family, spending time with your family, and seeing how you all interact with one another, when you all wrong one another, whatever that case may be, y'all either apologize or y'all don't. And most of the time y'all don't. Y'all just change the behavior and that's that.
Yeah. Well, because I don't really know why. It's also funny because the fact that you said that, I was like thinking about that while I was like, playing this episode, and I was just like, I don't know if we apologize in my family. Like, I don't really think we do. Like, and it's not even,
it's rare.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but like
it's rare. It's definitely.
I have no memory of. Not take that back. My mama has definitely apologized. My mama has definitely apologized to me.
True, but not a lot.
But I don't think that she's done enough for her.
I get that.
No, I'm saying, like, need to apologize.
I get that.
Like, I can't. Like, I have memories of her apologizing. Like, they're like playing in my head as we're talking about it. But as far as like her, I don't, like, my mom wasn't doing something she needed to apologize to us for.
I feel that.
So I don't have but me and my siblings, we just throw my bad on it and keep it on the pushing.
Fact.
So, which is polar opposite of how I feel with other people. But yeah, we just throw my bad on it. So that's interesting to see that is kind of polar opposite from how I am with everyone outside of my family, and that includes you.
Yeah. Like
outside of my family of origin, that is, and that includes you.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, after you have apologized, after you have chosen to move on, now it's time to forgive and to forget. But the question is how? How do you forgive and forget?
How do you forgive is totally up to you, because people forgive in different ways. But most people rarely forget. Most people rarely forget.
Do you think you should forget?
No. Because mom ain't raised no food. I don't think there's a need to forget, because you want to be able to call out that behavior if it happens again. Because the second time around, if it happens again, that's on you to whether you're saying, hey, I'm gonna stay. Hey, I'm gonna keep this relationship going. This means something to me, so I'm going to look past it or forgive it and stay. What about you?
I think that after I have given myself the time to forgive, while also seeing the changed behavior, and while I'm actively forgiving, that by the time I have fully forgiven, I'm over it. And that to me means I have let it go. I'm never forgetting it. And I don't think that you ever can. I don't think it's physically impossible, and I don't think that it's healthy to do that, because you shouldn't, and your body won't, which is why we have fight or flight and trauma responses in our bodies now. I don't think you should. But it's funny, because I was talking about Bible study, and we were talking about this sort of topic, not necessarily apologies, but forgiving and forgetting. And our pastor said that when you forgive and don't forget, a big part of that, the non-forgetting part, is that you're judging them today for yesterday instead of judging them today for today.
Facts. He was spitting.
He was. He was. And so that's when I asked, I said, so is forgiving and forgetting wrong? And I don't think so. And I think that even in relationships, marriage specifically, that the forget is easy to do until you see a repeat of the behavior. Right? Like, it's easy to be like, infidelity is just the first thing that comes to my brain. Let's say that, let's say you cheated on me, you know what I'm saying? And I have forgiven and let that go. We've been doing good until now. I start to see behaviors that I didn't see before this happened. But now hindsight is 20/20. And now I'm noticing, I don't know, that you visiting certain sites, right? Or that you're messaging certain people on Instagram. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm picking up on things that my brain and my intuition is saying, hold up.
This is exhibiting that behavior.
That's exhibiting that behavior. And I think that when that happens, that all of the forgiveness goes out the door. Because now it's like, oh, you think I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fully understand.
But do you forgive and forget? Or no? Did I ask you this? I can't remember.
I'm very forgiving. I can't physically hold on to stuff like that.
You are very forgiving.
If I don't forgive you, please know that we'll never be in a relationship again, no matter what the relationship is, because I am quite forgiving. There isn't too much that I wouldn't forgive. Might not bang with you no more. Don't mean I won't forgive. But the forget part, I'm pretty good for forgetting some stuff. So that's not even me trying to forget. After I've forgiven you, I'm living life. That's just me. Everybody not like that.
I am not like that, so you're very right.
Furthermore,
Do you have a hood highlight from today's episode? Is there anything else you want to add before we sign us off?
No, this was good. This was a great first episode. But my hood highlight for this episode would have to be, we all have decisions, and what you choose to do with those decisions can make or break your relationship. So make better decisions so that you therefore won't have to use these apology languages.
You're gonna have to use them because it's real life.
Yeah, but in using those, be sincere about what you have done, acknowledge what you have done, and change what you will do in the future. How about you?
I like it. My hood highlight would have to be that apologizing does not always mean that you're wrong and that the other person is right. It just means that you value your relationship more than your ego. And so that would have to be my hood highlight. Because there are ways in which I have, done something that bothered you, offended you, whatever, that I didn't intend to do or didn't do with ill intent. But apologizing is one of the most vulnerable ways I believe you can exist in a relationship. Because I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. Forgive me. You know what I'm saying? You're asking for forgiveness and there's no, it's vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And I, especially for me as a person that I ain't wrong.
She feel like that.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. For me as a person that I ain't wrong, to apologize and to be fully vulnerable like that is a lot. And I think it shows immense vulnerability to do so and to lay your ego and pride down to say, I'm sorry I hurt you. That was good. Thank you.
Don't be here. Let me get that out.
Okay. So to recap, guys, you can visit 5lovelanguages.com, and then under quizzes you will find the apology quiz.
Take it.
Yes, you should take it.
Take both of them.
Yeah, you should take both of them. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Season 3, episode 1.
One of them.
Very excited. Follow the podcast page on Instagram at Hood Tales Podcast. You can follow me at _Raven Camille on Instagram and on TikTok, and Raven Camille TV on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching us on YouTube. God bless you. You can also find the podcast Hood Tales with Raven and Ahmaad Hood wherever you like to listen to your podcast. We are all over.
All over.
Okay, and you can follow Ahmaad on Instagram at
The Gentleman's Groomer, and TikTok
at _
Oh, at _ The Gentleman's Groomer. Excuse me, I don't know my own stuff. And TikTok as well at _ the Gentleman's Groomer.
Send any advice, questions, or topics you want us to cover at hoodtalesadvice@gmail.com.
Please do.
Until next time, y'all. Bye. Yeah.